It was 1985 when Golf 2 GTI arrived in my life, and I've been a fan ever since. That advert, the right stuff, with a rookie getting his wings, I kind of modeled my life around that. I wanted to be that guy. Now here we are, Golf 7 GTI, and the question remains is, does it have the right stuff? So what we thought we'd do is we'd get the ultimate rookie at the moment, the hottest property in motor racing, not only locally, but certainly internationally, Kelvin van der Linde. Current VW Engine Polo Cup champion, and now he is leading the Sirocco Cup Challenge in Germany.
If he gets clear air, he can check out. He finds the zone a little bit better than everyone else.
The question that everyone must be asking is, where did it start?
Well, I started racing karts at the age of 8. It was an obvious step. My dad and everyone was involved in the motor racing industry, so I got in through that and slowly made my way through that, started winning a few championships locally, and then basically you just need to start proving yourself, getting yourself out to the media and get some financial backing behind you, because I don't think you go far without it. And then, yeah, make your way from there, but I think the most important thing is to be successful locally first before you try and go overseas.
How did this open up, this opportunity to race in the Sirocco Cup?
Well, the VW champion of 2012 got once-off drive in the 2013 season, and through that, me and my family discussed, and eventually we just said, why not do the whole season? And it was a good marketing thing with the DTM series, a very popular series overseas. And it was the right place to go for me to take the next step in my career and to see if I can make it professional.
You clean up in the VW Engine Polo Cup here. You go to Sirocco, international platform, drivers that know the cars, know the tracks, have been racing for a long time. What did you think you would be like from a performance point of view? Did you expect to do as well as you're doing?
Well, I mean, obviously it's very overwhelming when you go over there. The Europeans have a lot of experience, and there's a lot of experienced guys in the class itself that are in their second year already of the Cup. So going there, I really didn't expect much. Top 3 would have been a major result for me. And then after the first session in April, I felt confident that we could really bring home some good results. And now,
you were the quickest first up.
Yeah, I was really surprised about that, but didn't want to take it to head, you know. Obviously, you don't know if the guys are holding back or anything, but then after the first few races, I quickly found out that we had the pace to run up top.
So just how different then is what you're currently driving in the Sirocco Cup to what you've been used to the last couple of seasons with the VW Engine Polo series?
In the Polo, I mean, you don't have ABS. There's so many driver aids which assist the drivers in Sirocco Cup. It's definitely a lot easier actually to drive than the Polo. The Polo Cup was definitely a big help in boosting my performances this year, because the Polo was a big challenge, and I think if you can drive a Polo Cup car well, you can definitely go on and drive anything, you know, at a really quick speed.
What specifically makes this series locally so good, and in terms of honing your skills?
Well, I mean, in Polo Cup, all the cars are pretty much exactly the same. So the racecraft and all the drivers so close. So you learn a lot of racecraft during the season. And I mean, our drivers really are of high quality. I mean, you can't say at all that any of the top 10 drivers here in South Africa can't go overseas and really compete at the top. We've had a lot of good South Africans in the history of our sport. It's just financially we haven't had the opportunities. But definitely, I think any South African that can do well here definitely has a great chance to do well overseas.
So what is a typical race weekend? I mean, it's a DTM circus in town. There are like 120,000 screaming fans there, and here is you racing Sirocco Cup. How does the race weekend unfold for you?
Well, we've got a 30-minute practice session on the Friday morning. On the Saturday, we have half an hour qualifying, then straight into the race.
So you get one 30-minute session, that's it, and then qualifying?
Yeah, and I've been lucky to have the assistance of racecraft on the simulator.
Yeah.
To try and learn as much as I can before I go to the race weekends. But
what are you learning there?
Well,
tracks?
Just tracks, mainly a few braking markers, just basics, you know. And that's been really a big help to me. I mean, if I didn't have that help, for sure it would have been a lot bigger challenge, for sure.
Talking about your future, was Formula One for you where you saw yourself going as a youngster, or has tin top racing always been where the real passion has been?
Look, from a young age, I was always very realistic about what I wanted to achieve. Formula One, big budgets involved, and coming from South Africa, we don't have that. So saloon car racing provided, you know, a lesser budget, still not cheap, but it's something we could work with. And I've always loved saloon car racing. It's a lot closer, and definitely it's where my passion's always been. I've always enjoyed Formula One, but never really wanted to drive there.
So you talk about these amazing opportunities. Where do you think your racing career is going to head in the next couple of years?
I don't want to be known as Sean's son or Henny's grandson, you know. I want to be known as Calvin, the guy from South Africa that's doing well overseas. The VW Sirocco Cup has really opened a lot of doors, provided that we win the championship. The Porsche Junior program is obviously the biggest program at the moment, which I'm looking to get selected for.
Favorite driver?
Lewis Hamilton. I just love his style, very aggressive driver. You know, he's never willing to give up, and it's just something I really love about him. Also, Ayrton Senna, I mean, his determination back in the day was incomparable to anyone else, so a big motivation to me as well.
After the break, we find out if the latest GTI has the right stuff when Kelvin gives it a workout around Midval Raceway. You don't want to miss this.